The New Jersey Devils have quickly become one of the most fun teams in the entire NHL and one of the best teams, at least so far this season. They've easily been one of my favorite teams to watch, and it's pretty crazy to think that this is the same team that started off their season in probably the worst way possible, losing their season opener to the Philadelphia Flyers, then losing their home opener to the Red Wings, which led to fire Lindy chants in just Game 2 of the season. However, they've already came a really long way since then, and since starting the season 0-2, they've probably been the most dominant team in the NHL with a 7-1 record over their last 8 games, and it's not just the fact that the New Jersey Devils are finding ways to win these games, they're winning in dominant fashion. So in this video, we're going to break down the New Jersey Devils' start to the 2022-23 season, go over some of their team stats, their leading scorers, talk about if I think they can keep this up for the remainder of the season, all that kind of stuff. If you want to see more videos like this on individual teams throughout the season, be sure to drop a like on this video. That is the best way to show your support, and as always, I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say, so leave all your thoughts on the New Jersey Devils down below in the comment section, especially if you're a Devils fan. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about this hot start to the season. So like I said at the beginning, this team has easily become one of my favorites to watch in the league so far this season. If you haven't got a chance to tune into any Devils games so far, I recommend you try and do so. They play a really exciting brand of hockey, a lot of pace. Obviously, they have a ton of incredibly skilled young forwards as well. This is a team that for the past 2 or 3 seasons, we've all kind of been waiting for them to take that next step, really start to come out of this rebuild and become a legit playoff contender, and it appears as though this is the season that they are finally going to do that. Now, I know it is still really early, but I feel confident in saying that this is the year they're finally coming out of this rebuild and that they will be able to keep this up and be a playoff contender is because of the fact that, like I said, they're not just winning these games, they're winning in dominant fashion. They're not fluking their way to these wins, and the crazy part is they're doing this while getting below average goaltending from both of their goaltenders. Both Blackwood and Vanacek have not been good, they've been serviceable, but those two are not the reason the Devils have the record they have right now. Now let's dive into some stats. First off, just starting out with the basics, the Devils currently have a record of 7-3-0 for 14 points, first place in the Metro Division. Currently, they are top 10 in the league in terms of goals for per game, currently sitting at 7th with 3.6, and they've been doing a really good job of limiting chances and keeping the puck out of their own net, as well as their goals against per game is just 2.5, which is the 4th best in the league. Now, in my opinion, probably the most crazy stat of the New Jersey Devils season so far is the shot differential, averaging 39.1 shots on goal per game, which is 2nd in the league, only behind the Panthers, and they're allowing just 21.8 shots against per game, which is by far the lowest mark in the league. When you shoot your opponent on average by about 17-18 shots per game, you're gonna put yourself in a good position to win. They are dominating possession, they're dominating the shot differential, they are dominating in terms of high danger chances night in and night out. The special teams have been solid as well. The power play 22.2%, which is middle of the pack, but their penalty kill top 5 in the league, currently sitting at 88.2%. Defensively, the Devils have really been fantastic so far this season. That John Marino trade already looking like an absolute steal. You can tell John Marino's play style fits in a lot better with how the Devils play as opposed to how Pittsburgh played, which was a lot, slower of a pace. So now that we've gone over those stats, I want to look at some advanced analytics here per moneypuck.com, because this is where the New Jersey Devils really kind of jump off the charts. They currently have the best expected goals percentage at 5-on-5 in the league at 67%. They have the 2nd highest Corsi for percentage in the league as well at 62.65. Their expected goal differential at 5-on-5 is by far 1st in the league at 13.77. That is a crazy number. They have the best Fenwick percentage in the league currently, and they win a lot of faceoffs as well. They are currently the 4th best faceoff team in the league, winning a hair shy of 56% of their draws. When you have these kind of possession numbers, when you have these kind of expected goal numbers, you are going to win a lot of games, and the New Jersey Devils definitely have been as of late. Now let's jump into the Devils' leading scorers so far through 10 games. Jesper Bratt has 16 points already in 10 games, a +6 rating. This is a guy that's probably pretty happy he settled for a 1-year deal in the offseason because he's going to get a massive payday next summer. This is a guy that had a big breakout season last year, 73 points in 76 games, right up there around a point per game, but this year he has really taken off. He's taken his game to a completely different level. He is a legit superstar now. It's insane to think that this guy was a 6th round pick back in the 2016 NHL draft, already looking like one of the biggest steals of the past decade. Then we have Hischier and Hughes both sitting at 10 points. Hischier has looked fantastic. His two-way game especially, you can tell it's come a real long way. Although Jack Hughes started off really slow to start this season, it didn't take him long to get back up there to a point-a-game player. He's been on a tear lately, 10 points in 10 games. Dougie Hamilton's got 7 through 10 games. He's looking a lot more closer to the version of Dougie Hamilton that we saw in the past couple years in Carolina, as opposed to last season in New Jersey. And then we also have Dawson Mercer, who's off to a really strong start to his sophomore season, 4 goals and 6 points through his first 10 games. And those are just the top 5 scorers. Obviously, the Devils have a ton of other players performing incredibly well. Sharon Govich, John Marino, who I mentioned earlier in the video, can't say enough good things about his start to the season. But now that we looked at the leading scorers for the Devils, let's now shift focus and take a look at how their goaltending has been so far. Like I said at the beginning, it has been below average. It hasn't been the reason they've been such a good team to start this season. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, well, if they're one of the best teams in the league in terms of goals against per game so far and shot differential, all that kind of stuff, well then how are they getting bad goaltending? I wouldn't say it's been bad, but it hasn't been good. Blackwood 4-2-0, a 2.67 goals against and an 8.79 save percentage, and he's rocking a negative 2.36 goals saved above expected. Vitek Vanacek 3-1-0, a 2.08 goals against average and a 9.03 save percentage, and a negative 1.71 goals saved above expected for him. So like I said, below average goaltending so far for the Devils, mediocre at best, but the thing is, it has been good enough. They still have been winning games, but I still would be a little bit concerned if I were a Devils fan. This was my major concern for this team heading into the season, and it kind of stays that way. It's really my only concern for them right now, because no matter what, if you want to be a true Stanley Cup contender, a true threat to go deep in the playoffs, you're gonna need good goaltending. You're gonna need better goaltending than what the Devils have been getting so far, because although I have been incredibly impressed with this team, and I do think they're for real, I think they are going to be good all season long, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to, outpossess, outchance teams all season long like they have been so far. I mean, their numbers, like I said, they're off the charts. I think they are going to regress to the mean a little bit, and then on some nights, you're going to need a guy like Vanacek, you're going to need a guy like Blackwood to make big saves to keep you in the game, steal you games here and there. Are they going to be capable of doing that? I guess we're going to have to wait and see, but really, my only concern with this team remains the same concern it was heading into the season, and that is goaltending. Other than that, they have been unbelievable. So that is pretty much going to do it for this video, going over the New Jersey Devils' hot start to the season. Like I said at the beginning, if you haven't got a chance to watch a Devils game yet, I definitely recommend you do so. They are incredibly fun to watch. Also, if you want to see more videos like this on individual teams throughout the season, be sure to drop a like. That's the best way to show your support. I want to know what you guys think, so be sure to leave all your comments, questions, concerns about the New Jersey Devils down below in the comment section. And last but not least, most importantly, if this is your first time checking out the channel and you want more NHL content just like this all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all soon.